More and more often, we're seeing the children of former pro athletes emerge as future stars, but not necessarily in the same sports as their parents. In Florida, the son of an NBA veteran is making his case as the nation's top quarterback. And that's this week's 5-Star Feature. He's one of the highest-rated quarterback recruits in America. For many years, people knew Dia Bell as Raja Bell's son. The elder Bell, an 11-year NBA veteran, has noticed a change lately, though. More and more fans are calling him Dia Bell's dad.
Yeah, I'm good with it, man. It took me by surprise. It kind of happened overnight. Especially locally, this is where I'm from, but I actually like it, man. I get to sit back, and because it's not my sport, I can just sit up in the stands and watch and be a parent.
I got that a lot when I was younger, but now as I'm starting to get older, starting to get more recognition across the country, it's kind of flipped. You obviously played at the highest level. I haven't got there yet, so hopefully when I get there, I get to take over that entire narrative.
Given that Dia's dad played in the NBA and his mom was an All-American soccer player, it makes sense that he loves sports himself. He was actually born a few hours before his father played in a playoff game with the Phoenix Suns in 2007.
We were playing the Lakers. It was a crazy day. My wife, she still hasn't forgiven me because she kind of thought she was in labor. She wasn't all the way in labor, but the doctors kind of knew we had a playoff game, wanted to go ahead and get Dia out of there so I could go ahead and play Kobe and them the next night. So he came that morning, and then we played the Lakers that night and closed them out. So it was a really cool time for my wife and myself and the team, and just, Phoenix in general. Dia always kind of tells people, even though he never lived there for long, but Phoenix is where he's from.
Dia grew up playing multiple sports, and he showed a lot of promise on the basketball court like his dad. But in the summer of 2020, he found himself drawn to the football field just a little bit more.
I remember it vividly. It was COVID, and we were out back working like we always did on basketball. And Dia just kind of told me that his passion and his love was football, and that's what he wanted to really pour into and try to focus on. And stung a little bit. We had put a lot of time into the basketball court, and he was pretty good. But you gotta let him follow his passion.
And I was kind of gravitated towards leading a team, and I like throwing the ball. So quarterback was always something for me that I was kind of gravitated towards. And ever since then, it's just I've fallen in love with it even more.
Dia attends American Heritage High School in Plantation, Florida. It's a K-12 school, and he's been here since the 6th grade. Even back then, his coach saw hints that Dia could become an elite athlete.
I actually started training him in the 7th grade. I was the strength coach and the running back coach at the time, but I told Coach Pat Sertan, our former head coach, I said, man, he's gonna be special. When you're the son of a former professional athlete, you got a lot of stuff available to you, and he's worked, man. He's got a tremendous work ethic. He's got a tremendous focus. He knows where he's going. I think he's only the 2nd sophomore ever to start at quarterback here. He was just figuring that out that first year. The biggest jump that I saw him make is that he had more command of the offense as a whole, but I just saw maturity of him as a leader.
Dia really blossomed as a passer in his junior season. He threw for 2,600 yards and 29 touchdowns in 11 games. A leg injury in the playoffs, though, cut his season short. Fortunately, the Patriots were still able to finish the job and capture the state championship.
We haven't won a state championship in a while, so it meant a lot to this program, a lot to this school, and there are a lot of big steps along the way throughout the season that kind of led up to that, and we're all kind of grateful for that journey.
While he really wanted to be on the field for the state championship game, Dia continued to show his development as a leader as he did what he could to help his teammates from the sideline.
It was really hard. I mean, I like playing. It's not fun to watch something that you want to be a part of. But, I found ways to be a help in any capacity I could be in.
He didn't even want to miss a practice after that. Now this is a kid that his whole season is over, and he could feel sorry for himself and and he didn't. Again, that's where I saw the biggest growth with Dia, is that you just saw a leadership role in where, no, this is still my team. I'm still the quarterback of this team, and any way I can help the team achieve their goal, I'm gonna be there for them.
Despite a shortened season, Dia brought home the Florida Gatorade Player of the Year.
I'm not gonna lie, it almost brought tears to me. I mean, I just went through ankle surgery and that injury, and when I got the text that told me I won Gatorade Player of the Year, so even though when I was in part of my darkest moment in my high school career, it almost brought tears to me. It meant the world to me. I mean, I'm coming for it again this year, hopefully the national one as well.
As he seeks to repeat both his individual and team accomplishments from a year ago, Dia is also looking forward to his next stop, the University of Texas.
At the end of the day, I felt like the coaches that can get the best out of me were Coach Sark and Coach Millie. They've always done great with quarterbacks in the past, whether Coach Sark was at USC, Washington, now Texas. He had coached in the NFL for a stint too, and he's always done great with quarterbacks. And I felt like I can go in there, and whether I have an opportunity to start my freshman year or redshirt and learn everything, I'm gonna go in and learn as much as possible and try and compete, and then hopefully set me up for the long run, which is where I want to go, is the NFL.
While some may still call him Roger Bell's son, Dia also embraces the label of big brother to his 3 siblings. He hopes to be an inspiration to them as he pursues his long-term goal of the National Football League.
It would mean a lot for me being the older sibling. I get to be kind of a role model to all my younger siblings and show them that anything you put your mind to, you can kind of achieve. And this has been a dream for me since I can remember touching the football.
Now they can see the fruits of that labor in terms of the success that he's had and the ability to go away and play college football. It crystallizes it more for them that if you work at something the way he works at it, good things can come from that.
I think that this is what he's meant to be. He's just gotten better and better and better, and I think that he's going to go to Texas and do big things. He wants to be great, and he puts the work in to be great, and he's not afraid of the big stage.